The casing literally was blown away. The cement was
shook loose.
Was basically blown out of the way, and you've got a straight line to the top for gas under almost 100,000 psi.
Oh my God! It could blow up, couldn't it?
What that does is it causes what's called cavitation, which is supersonic bubbles, which ship propellers run into all the time. That's why you have to replace propellers, because as the props spin in the water, particularly on big ships, Navy ships, whatever,
right?
It basically is a supersonic implosion that basically gouges out little craters in even vanadium steel.
Could you also not sink if you go right over a bubble like that?
Well, exactly. You would, if a bubble came up, which is what I'm going to get to, you would sink every rig and every ship in the region for miles around this wellhead.
You would sink every rig and every ship in the region for miles around this wellhead.
Down about 1.5%. The dispute has now lasted for some 3 weeks, with talks yet to resolve the issue.
Experts say solar flares this weekend may disrupt cell phone communications and
Experts.
satellite transmission. The problems can...
Attorney for the family talked to reporters after the press conference today.
The price of oil hit yet another record.
A devastating fire burns out of control in the Gulf. That story leads our headlines at the top. Leads our headlines at the top of the hour. Plus all the latest world news at midnight on October 15th. On October 15th.
81.
Tonight in the Gulf of Mexico, an explosion on the soon-to-be decommissioned oil rig triggered a fire which burned for 3 hours before it was extinguished. Officials don't yet know the exact cause of the explosion, but believe a malfunction in the cooling system may have been at fault. Due to the prompt response of the rescue unit, the structure...
The Army and Israeli police are on high alert throughout the country. In fact, Israeli police are on their highest alert below the state of emergency. We understand that some 30 buses are being organized by the Islamic movement. They will be bringing in protesters to central Israel who will be demonstrating against what happened this morning on the outskirts of Gaza. The first ambulances have arrived at Israeli hospitals, so the first patients are being brought to hospitals near Ashkelon and in Haifa. We also are hearing from the Magen David Adom, which is Israel's emergency services, that it is in a state of high alert, but it is coping, although it expects the number of injured to steadily rise throughout the day. Now, according to the Israeli army, what transpired in the early hours of this morning is that they asked one of the ships to turn back, at which stage they then sent commando units onto the vessel when the ship refused to do that. The army says that it was confronted with what they are calling a well-planned lynch, and that is the term being used by the IDF spokesperson. They say that 6 Navy commanders were injured. They say that their troops were attacked by live ammunition and other weapons.
President Barack Obama recently assured European leaders that if the Israeli-Palestinian peace process is not moving forward by September or October, that he will convene an international peace summit. The purpose of convening an international peace summit could only be to impose a peace settlement on the two sides.